Yo, what's up? This is Wake Movement Mobile on the road. It is the 4th of July. Get out your fireworks. Get out your health insurance in case you blow one of them little nubbies off. Our founding fathers on July 4th, 1776 ratified the Declaration of Independence for taxation without representation. They'd be rolling over in the ground to see what the shit we're putting up with. A legit foreign country ruling us. Coming on the show Wednesday, July 6th, one Adam Green of NoMoreNews.org, No More News on Odyssey, No More Religion on YouTube. That is no spelled K-N-O-W. NoMoreNews.org, as in knowledge to know. He, as somebody on the front lines of exposing the biggest conspiracy of them all, the mass psychological operation known as Christianity and Islam, both created out of Judaism as the foundation for the Torah and the stories of Abraham, Moses, are the foundation of Christianity and Judaism. Islam was created as an opposition to Christianity. Judaism created Christianity as a controlled opposition to it. Christianity served and serves as the strong arm of Judaism, as America stands as the strong arm of Israel. For it was after 9/11 that we further officially go in to fight all of Israel's potential threats. Look up the King David Hotel bombing and the beginnings of the nation of Israel and how it treated the English, the British, who were essential in them getting their homeland in the first place, with the Balfour Declaration scribed to Rothschild. Well, the Rothschild family must have some freaking importance if that's who the letter from the head of England is written to grant them Israel for getting America to come in to fight in the World War. What was the result of World War II? The creation of the State of Israel. Look into the USS Liberty, where Israeli warplanes Probably freaking made from the US, actually. It's not a laughing matter. Just like we created their Iron Dome and then had to buy it from them. And then they stole codes. Look at Pollard, the Israeli spy. He stole nuclear warhead codes and was greeted by Benjamin Netanyahu at the airport when he was released from a Trump pardon. Trump pardoned a convicted foreign spy who stole freaking nuclear parts or whatever and information and gave it to Israel, who isn't even supposed to have nuclear arms, and we all know they do. They've even threatened before with something called the freaking Samson option, which means if they ever feel threatened as a nation, their existence, that they will put into act the Samson option, which is pretty much just nuking the whole freaking planet and bring us into a nuclear freaking end time event. Thank you, greatest ally. Who has the left and the right under their power? Every election is who could grovel to Israel the most. To the right, in the right-hand corner, we have Sheldon Adelson, now held down by his wife, Sheldon Adelson, the Kingmaker, who almost single-handedly gave Trump his victory. Now let us go to the left-hand corner. Weighing in, we have Saban, the guy who created Power Rangers, the #1 donor to the Democratic Party, who said if he was not ever the #1 donor to the Democrat Party, an Israeli firster, Nick Saban, I believe, that he would put his testicles on a table and smash them. And I believe it was Hillary Clinton in the audience who clapped at a fundraiser dinner, a couple of thousand. Going back to the USS Liberty, was an unmarked Israeli warplane that continuously attacked a U.S. intelligence to naval water carrier watercraft to try to get us to go into a war to fight Egypt for them. Look up the 6-Day War and the atrocity that was. Well, we're going to investigate Russia for war crimes. You know who's the most guiltiest of war crimes? The most guilty? The guiltiest? America and its greatest ally, Israel. And they're able to do it through Christian Zionists who believe that their God is a Jewish rabbi. And that the Jewish people are chosen. Oh, they were once chosen, but then the covenant went to us. We were grafted on as an afterthought. Deep breaths. It is good that we are waking up to these things. It is sad that people who are waking us up to these things are getting kicked off of YouTube. Adam Green No More News had thousands of subs kicked off of Patreon, kicked off of his own website provider, Squarespace, kicked off of PayPal, and all he does is show clips, screenshots, videos of what the religious leaders say, the rabbis, the priests, the pastors, the authors, the scholars, and politicians, or people of somewhat fame who make the news. Wake up to the anti-Gentilism that is throughout the Bible. Old Testament, the Hebrew Scriptures, and the New Testament. They have us by the testicles with their testaments. I think that's the origin of the word, actually. Sucking out our testosterone. Look up the Clergy plan. They want white Europeaners to be wiped out, who are the Gentile, who is Edom, the Edomites, Amalek, the Amalekites, the Romans, the Greeks, the Egyptians, the Syrians, everybody who is not part of their cult is enemy. They want to enforce the Noahide laws, which are celebrated on World Education Day in America, which is implanted after Rebbe Schneerson, the leader of the Chabad Lubavitch Hasidic sect of Judaism, practices Kabbalah, which is Platonist mysticism interjected into the Jewish mythos and language. The Greek and the Hebrew language are very similar, and the Greeks got most of their stuff from Egypt. And it's also a mixture of Babylonian, pre-Yahweh religion. With gods such as Ishtar and Marduk, who got turned into Esther and Mordecai. Samson is the story of Hercules, pretty much, who is Heracles, who is the son of Hera. So what needs to happen is Christianity, and why am I speaking about this on the 4th of July? Because we're a Christian country, America. It wasn't. It's actually founded by Masons, who are another religious organization based upon Judaism. The Knights Templars, the Temple of Solomon, the King of Judea, of Israel. Another way to get the Goy to worship their God and ultimately them. Because when you go into a town that you just conquered, the first thing you do is go to the temple, tear down their statues, call them idols, and then replace them with yours, your God, your idols. Oh, idols. Judaism is against idolatry. And they claim to be they consider Christianity and the worship of Jesus, who was human, to be idol worship. Yet, they carve figures of bowing down and praying to. There's two seraphim or cherubim on the top of the Ark of the Covenant. The first thing that Jacob, who turns into Israel, does after wrestling with the fallen angel is put up a lingam and a yoni, phallic idol worship practice of anointing a phallic-like symbol with oil. A practice found in the East, in India. Lots of stuff from India found its way into the creation of Judaism. We see it in Abraham and Sarah, as Brahma and Saraswati. People used to think that Moses and Abraham and Jacob and Ishmael and Esau and Isaac, that they were historical figures. Modern scholarship shows that to be incorrect. That was a lie. Totally fabricated. That show where you have to guess which one was true, which one. They give you a story. That guy's like, it was a lie. Totally fabricated. But not just for some harmless reason. It was to subterfusion, to freaking subvert the Roman Gentile population. And you know what happened after they converted Christianity to the official religion of Rome? The fall of the freaking Roman Empire! You know, the fall of... And look into that, the fall of the Roman Empire. And some suspicious people, the fall of Greece. You know, there's a certain people who are known for going to the gate and letting them in. Just as we're going to the gates of South America, our border to Mexico, and just letting them in. People go to England and the UK looking for an experience, some local British people for some fish and chips, and they get a whole Arab nation that's been supplanted into freaking England, Denmark, Norway, places that their culture happens to be white is getting flushed out. The same script for America. It's people who are in government positions with dual citizenship to different freaking countries, who are known for spying on us and blackmailing us. Monica Lewinsky, Bill Clinton. Israel had tapes of Monica Lewinsky, an Israeli asset. Phone sex video recordings to blackmail Clinton. When asked about Israel, he said they really know how to hit you where it hurts. Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, her father Robert Maxwell, a well-known Mossad operative who was thrown off of the back of his own boat when Ghislaine was on there, or fell off the back. Look who was the financier of Jeffrey Epstein. the shopping mall legend himself, Lex Wessner, who gave Epstein a multi-million-dollar apartment in New York for $1. And he is part of the Mega Group. Look up the Mega Group. Alright. So I look forward to, July 4th. Our sun is conjunct the brightest star in the night sky, Sirius. Since on the signing of the Declaration of Independence, she's known as the blazing star in Masonry. She's associated with Isis of Egypt, Sirius. She is the dog star because the dogs, it follows Osiris, Orion. And because of precession, every 70 years or 170 years, there's a 1 degree change in the fixed stars. So the fixed star Sirius is now at 15 degrees Cancer, which falls on the 5th of July, which happens to be the day when CERN is starting up their particle collider to rates never before attempted. Look at CERN, they do like opening rituals and stuff. It's, I think, Enochian dark magic they're doing. So be careful, don't get sucked into a portal, bro. I saw some stupid stuff about what it is. Alright, y'alls. Yeah, make sure to tune in. We're going to have a very controversial figure. He was instrumental in waking me up. Hopefully, he'll be able to wake some of my viewers on here up. Let us keep on fighting for the U.S. We are an important place. Culturally, the hub of the world. If you happen to be born in this place, fight for it. Don't be cucked to one side or the other. They want us cucked to either side. Unplug from that divisive, intentional actions. Unite to fight for our independence. The easiest way to keep a slave in slavery is to have them ignorant of the fact that they're fucking slaves.